What do you do to get your technicians to consistently ask your customers to leave you a review on Google? That's the question, right? You might have trained them, but found out that they're not doing it, they're forgetting about it, or worse off, they don't want to do it. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple but powerful strategies to put in place that will consistently get your technicians to remember it and feel confident asking for the review. So let's get into it. The first thing that's important to recognize before we get into the 3 strategies is that reviews happen as a result of culture. And culture starts with you as the business owner. If you're not living it, eating it, breathing it, and making it abundantly clear that reviews are just as much a priority as the actual service being rendered itself, you can never expect your technicians to carry the mission forward the way that you do, or even close to the way that you want it to be done. So by you praising technicians openly, praise them during your weekly all hands meeting, post it in your place of business, the folks that are getting solid reviews. Praise and recognition is the number one way to encourage the same positive behavior on the rest of the team. And so it starts with you. It starts with the mindset of making this important. And once that's in place, the 3 strategies effortlessly propel you forward. So the first one that I want to share with you is a concept called habit stacking. And I'll give you an example of what this might look like in your business, starting with an example in my personal life. If you haven't heard about habit stacking, this comes from the author James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. And he said that the most successful habits are made when they're stacked along with something else that's an already established habit. So I'll give you an example in my personal life. When I'm getting the kids ready to go to school, if I'm the one that's taking the child and going to put them in the car, the habit that I've stacked on the back of that is to get their shoes. So when I take them to put them in the car, I'm also grabbing their shoes. Now, the 2 times that I have forgotten shoes for my kids is when I'm not the one that's actually putting them in the car. I'm the one doing something else, like grabbing snacks or grabbing a toy or whatever it is, and I'm not the one taking them directly to the car. And if my wife forgets the shoes, that means that I also forgot the shoes, right? Because it's such an integral part of the process of getting a kid out the door. So what does this look like in your business? This looks like installing the ask directly after something that they're already doing. What is the thing that they're going to do every single time before they leave? They're going to get the invoice paid, right? Most businesses are set up like this. You're not asking for the money after. You're asking for the money to get paid before the technician leaves. So it's directly after the invoice is paid is when the ask is made. After the invoice is paid is when the ask is made. How would you rate my service? How likely would you be to recommend my service to somebody else? And they would say, well, I'm very likely to recommend it to somebody else. And they say, would you be willing to share that sentiment as a Google review? And they're going to say, yes, I will. And they're going to hand them a business card with a QR code on it. And that's the second strategy that I want to enforce here is visual cues. So the reason that technicians forget to ask is because it's not a habit that's already been established, like the habit stack. And there's nothing to remind them about it. So they get out to the van and they're like, oh, I forgot to ask again. It's because in the moment they're just going through the motions and they forget. But something that visually cues them to do it will get them to do it. Just because you buried this in an SOP, in a training manual somewhere, doesn't mean they're going to remember it on the spot. So the visual cue for them might be as simple as the business card itself has the QR code. It has, would you recommend our services written on there for them to give to the client. You could also have it be such the case that on their tablet that they're generating the invoice, the bottom of the invoice might say, remember to ask the customer. There's a lot of different ways that you can create visual cues on the spot for them to remember to ask for the review. The last strategy I'm going to share with you is an obvious one, but it should be shared nonetheless, and it's role play. So when you have your all hands meeting, you might do some role play around asking for the review. Just this part. Role playing over and over the end of the transaction, once the services are done, they're collecting the money, the conversation that happens after all of that is the most natural and the most real conversation that the customer is going to have with your technician after the work is done. And that is when they will ask for the review. So you can role play different demeanors. You can role play a man versus a woman. You can role play all the different situations and scenarios where they might ask for the review or ask for feedback, and give them some simple lines to say. Get them comfortable with actually doing it. Maybe have them role play with each other after doing it up in front of the group. These are all ways to help the technicians get more comfortable, get more confident, and then remember to actually do the thing. The more practice and repetition makes you more confident. Having the visual cues allows you to remember it when you might have previously forgotten, and habit stacking reinforces it and makes it easy to do over and over and over. These are the fundamentals of training your technicians on how to consistently ask for reviews. And it's just one part of it, right? Automation is the other part. It'll take about, for every 10 reviews you ask for, you might get 1 or 2 people to leave a response with automation. When you add this together, you might get up to a 30% response, and even more than that with some of our most successful clients utilizing these exact same strategies. So if you want some help with this, you want some help with your overall marketing and your review getting machine, reach out to us at digitalharvest.io. There's a link in the description below this video. You can book a call directly with me. Happy to be looking at your overall review getting strategies, put something better into place to help you cruise into this next year powerfully, confident, with more reviews than ever, and growing your business in steady, predictable ways. That's what we do at Digital Harvest. I'd love the opportunity to chat with you and see how we can do it for your business. That being said, I appreciate you for watching my video. Check out the other resources in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you like this one, you'll love some of the other videos we have posted here on our channel that help blue-collar business owners get more out of their digital marketing. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos. If you got questions or comments, post them below. I look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye for now.